that impacted you the most or inspired you the most by your great-grandfather that will stay with you forever?
That he went from having a slave, he was able to transcend from this terrible condition called slavery. He was able to see what a horrible thing it was, separating families, buying the wife, one person, another person buying the husband, the children being separated from their parents, and the treatment they got was terrible.
The Republican Party first emerged in 1854 in response to the Kansas-Nebraska Act. Abraham Lincoln was elected as the president of the Republican in 1860, which he won. In the beginning, Lincoln was not in favor of stopping further expansion of slavery. The American Civil War began on 1861 and ended on 1865. In the beginning, the purpose of the war was to unite the southern and northern states. On September 22nd, Lincoln issued Emancipation Proclamation, freeing slaves in rebelling states. From then, abolishing slavery became the war's main goal.
A house divided against itself cannot stand. I believe this government cannot endure permanently half slave and half free. I do not expect the house to fall, but I do expect it will cease to be divided. Either the opponents of slavery will arrest the further spread of it and place it where the public mind shall rest in the belief that it is in the course of ultimate extinction.
On November 19, 1863, Lincoln issued his Gettysburg Address. It favored forgiving South and continuing Reconstruction. On April 14, 1865, Lincoln was shot by John Wilkes Booth and died the next day.
87 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. That this nation, under God, shall have a new birth of freedom, and that government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth.
Three new amendments were added to the United States Constitution. The 13th Amendment passed by Congress on January 31, 1865 and ratified on December 6, 1865. The 13th Amendment abolished slavery in the United States. The 14th Amendment was ratified on July 9, 1868. Its broad goal was to ensure that the Civil Rights Act passed in 1866 would remain valid, ensuring that all people born in the United States were citizens and were to be given full and equal benefit of all laws. The 15th Amendment to the United States Constitution was ratified on February 3, 1870. It gives all American citizens the right to vote regardless of race. And most importantly, moral conflict over slavery didn't just lead to the failure of the proposed compromise of 1860, but also played a key role in making the United States the great country that it is today. Today, freedom, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness applies to all. People from all over the world come here to find freedom, liberty, and to pursue happiness. It is a country of political and religious freedom. The commander-in-chief of this country is a black person. 60 years ago, the thought of an African American running the White House was unimaginable. The same slaves who were considered a third of a white man's property fought and died for this moment. Most people are enlightened and reasoning has erased most of the old ideas of superiority. Most importantly, slavery has been abolished and freedom prevails. Whites and blacks go to the same schools, play in the same parks, can freely intermarry and share the same love. Hate never wins, and there is no space for it in this world. Love naturally exists in the human heart. Hate is learned, and those who consider themselves greater than others are heartless. Love is tied to equality, and everyone is born with the same potential for love in their hearts.